Want to show you a little bit more addition that I'm going to add to my 5-pound kit. A spork. This is my whistle. Has a compass, magnifying glass, temperature, thermometer, and of course, like I said, a whistle. Here, got some hemp line, some 10-pound test, some matches with a striker, hooks, weights, and a couple of flies. Now we're going to put this all in here. And right there you can see it's 4 ounces. I had 4.6 ounces left. So that's going to complete my 5-pound kit.
Wanted to go over my kit. I built this around my own skill set in my own area. I know these woods and I know what I need out here. So that's what I built my kit around. You should do the same. Know your area, know your predators, know the insects and any kind of dangers you would have out there and build your kit around that. I'm going to sleep right on the ground. I can do that around here. I have no poisonous spiders. I have no poisonous snakes. Now, if I was in some place like Florida, I've never actually camped down there, so I don't know. But pretty sure, they have poisonous snakes, poisonous spiders, all kinds of funky stuff there that can mess you up. I wouldn't sleep on the ground down there. I've never camped in an area like that. Around here, I don't even have ticks, so I've never had a tick on me. So I don't worry about that. I can sleep right on the ground. So now, excuse me, that's the thing right there. Build your kit that you can stay a few days with that kit in your area with your skill set. Let's get busy. Today what I'm going to do is do an overnighter testing out the 5-pound kit. Got my camera gear in there as well, but I'm going to find an area here to set up my shelter. For me, shelter is first thing. It can take, the longest to set up, and if a storm blew in, it's going to keep me out of the wind and keep me dry. So for me, I always put up my shelter first. So I'm going to find an area within here, and when I get started setting it up, I'll come back. I have a beautiful set of falls right up this way, a brook that's going to run through, so I'll have my water covered as well. So that's why I chose this area. Okay, I just chose this spot. I'm kind of on, it's all flat along here, but it dips down right here. It's rocky and sandy down here. That's where I'm going to put a fire. I'll put it down below, because the heat rises and it will go in underneath into my shelter. I'm going to make a plow point, starting with this and going back. That's the plan anyhow. So, first thing, we'll haul out the tarp with plastic. I picked up some spruce cones on the way in. That's what I'm going to use for my anchors on my plastic. And I better throw them in there. So what I need to do right now, we'll take this elastic off, open this up, now this is vapor barrier plastic. I've got one corner right here. That's all I need. I'm going to untie this as soon as I find the end, right there. I'm going to tie a knot in it and use that for a slip knot. You have a slip knot right there. Now you put your pine or your spruce cone in, wrap it around, and put your knot around it. That's not coming out of there. Now for my cutting tools and my ferro rod. Take the ferro rod off. I'm going to shove that right into my pocket. Now wherever I want to put that, I'm going to put it about this high. So I'm just going to cut that off. Okay, now all I have to do, go to the opposite end, bring it down here, and put another one and stake it down, and then my two corners. When I get that done, I'll be back. Get that staked in the back and over there. Now, I don't want this way out here because it's going to block my fire. So what I've done is I've rolled it up, and I'm going to stake it like this. Kind of deal. Like that. So I still have that to go in underneath. That's where these buttons come into play. I can put that anywhere I want and still able to stake it. All I got to do is tie this loop in here, like that. Put that in and tie in underneath of it. Like that. Now I can stake that down. That's going to stick down some, but I can flip that over, maybe even tie it off the other side if I want to. But that will allow this open. And all I got to do is go in underneath this root, and I can tie that right there, in underneath that root. That's what I did back there in the back. I just went in underneath the root. That one I just grabbed a stick, stuck it in the ground. So use what you have available to tie to. I think what I'll do is I'll hook to that. I'll undo this, take that, put it over there or whatever and tie it down so I still have that angle I want for the heat to go in underneath. She's all hooked up there now. I'll show you what I did here. Like I said, I went in underneath there to tie to. Over here, I tied right to this root, and then behind here, I tied to another root, came up, put another spruce cone. So that holds it all open for me. Over there is just a stick, and then right here is just tied up there. Now that there provides me a lot of room in there. I'll let you see what it looks like when I get in. Now this here will provide me lots of area to keep me dry. And there's all kinds of room in here. I can put my gear in here as well and such. Gonna have to put something here for a bed, bedding, because there's roots and such. But there's ferns all around here, and also there's spruce and fir that I can take the boughs off of. There's a lot of roots right here, even though this is sand and rock. So I'm just going to put down a sand base just to protect it more. It only takes a few minutes. And it's on the outside of my jacket, so it's no big deal. A little bit more and my fire pit's done. Got a good probably 2 inches of sand over here, so I don't have to worry about anything down there now. What I'm going to do now, since I'm getting heated up from this work, is I'm going to haul out the Sawyer Mini and get some water. That's my next step, is to get some water into me. Like I said, I could just drink direct from there using the Sawyer and this straw. But I'm going to fill up this bag and hook that to the filter. Now I've taken what I wanted for a drink. I wanted to mention that usually you don't put, when you're filling your container up, you don't put it so the water's run into it, you put it backwards. But this here's clean water, it's crystal clear, so it does not have sediment floating down that I can see, and I'm using a filter. But good practice is to always fill your bottle going with the stream. But I'm going to fill this back up and cap it off. I have the cap right here that I can cap it off and save it for later, and then just use when I want to drink right now. I'll just put my straw on here and drink directly from the stream. Next, what I've got to do is start getting firewood and start piling firewood along here. So that's why I brought the baco with me. It's going to make it a lot easier getting firewood. Okay, I'm looking around for worms and bait and grubs and so on because of my fishing kit. This is what I just found. A nice little salamander. It just jumped out of my hand, but I am not going to use him for bait. I mean, if I had to, I would, but I'm not going to kill him. I'm letting him go. I've got a couple artificial flies. I'll try those, or I'll keep looking. So I just cut this piece of sapling. It has a couple branches here, so when I tie it on there, it's not going to slip off. But it's got some bend to it. That'll be fine. All I have here is just probably 6-inch trout. So it'll be fine. 10-pound test. Just run some line on it. And right here, I have 2 flies. We're going to try that. gotta find live bait, whether or not there's nothing in there. These streams like this, if there's anything in there, they will bite, and it never took that after a few casts. And if anything was in there, it would have if they liked that bait. I either gotta find live bait, or I'm not eating fish tonight.